Welcome.
Hey Ken.
How you doing, man?
I'm alright, how are you?
Alright, what are we doing today?
Today we were going to talk about stoppages. What happens when you've got a problem where your handgun will not fire?
Okay. What are you using?
Today I'm using a Springfield Armory 1911 operator. I've got a couple of Wilson Combat mags, and I've got some snap caps and some empty casings. No live ammunition in the training area.
Alright.
Okay, few problems people will get. A lot of times with a 1911 you could get what they call a stovepipe. Now what a stovepipe is when a fired casing is caught like that, not letting the gun go into battery.
Okay.
Something like that, the way I was taught, the best thing is sweep across the slide, you catch it with your hand.
Okay.
Now, that knocked the fired casing out, but you don't know if a round has been chambered, so you might point at the target and nothing.
Okay.
So, if you clear a stovepipe, cycle the action.
Alright.
If there was a live round in there, okay, you just kicked it out, but now you know one has been chambered and you're ready to go.
Right.
Other things you'll see a lot of times are a failure to extract. Failure is when you've got a cartridge casing stuck in the chamber, it's not coming out.
Okay.
It could be the extractor rode over the rim or tore the rim, too dirty in the chamber and it got stuck in there, and what you'll end up with is a situation like this where your fresh round is trying to feed in but the casing's in the way.
Alright.
Situation like that, lock it open, strip the magazine out. A lot of times the round will be partially out and the magazine won't just drop out of the gun, so you physically have to grab it, pull it out, and then cycle the action several times.
Okay.
And that you saw caught the casing and kicked it out. Other things you can get are a failure to eject. That is when the round, the casing, is still doesn't get kicked all the way out, and it ends up like that.
Okay.
Something like that. Again, a lot of times.
Okay, where's your hand actually?
On top of the slide, never in front of the muzzle. I never let my hand go past. I use that front sight as a reference point. Never let my hand go past that. Or you can grab it back here, but with this particular pistol, you get the most real estate here to get your hand on there.
Okay.
Plus, you're not covering your ejection port. I've seen people go like this with a slide, and that's great, but the fired casing tries to kick out of the ejection port, bounces off your hand, back into the ejection port, and now you've just created a new malfunction.
True, true.
Other things you can get is if the round doesn't go, all the round goes part way into the chamber and then stops. I can't reproduce because this gun feeds properly. But something like that, again, a lot of times if you just pull back a little on the slide, let it go again, the face of the breech will catch the rim of the cartridge and push it the rest of the way in. Bump it needs.
Whenever you're doing this, the muzzle should be always where?
Downrange.
Downrange. Always
downrange. If you can't pull it, you're having a problem, don't hesitate to turn sideways so you can get a little more. I'm going to transition this way so you can get a little more energy on the slide, pushing forward with this hand, backwards with this hand, but you still want to make sure the muzzle is in a safe direction. By doing that,
excellent. That's good.
If you have something stuck in there, a lot of times that'll help kick it free.
All right.
Other issues, sometimes a magazine will hang up. If it does, most of them have a lip here. Don't hesitate, take your hand, sweep it out. hit it hard. That'll knock it loose. But the key thing is, always remember, keep it in a safe direction. Keep your fingers and hands away from the muzzle. Let's talk about hang fires.
Okay.
You're on target, you pull the trigger, the hammer drops, nothing happens. Well, you know there was a cartridge loaded in there. You double checked it before you went to the before you tried to fire. You saw the cartridge in there, so you know it's in there. You know there's a live round in there. Why didn't it fire? Could be a contaminated primer. Could be the flash hole from the primer pocket to the cartridge didn't go all the way through, or it's got a blockage. You don't know. But the key thing is, you don't know if that round is truly dead or if it's just cooking. So something like that, usually you want to keep the gun on target for at least 30 seconds. Some people will tell you 60 seconds, just in case it should suddenly go off. Once a minute has passed, nothing, eject your magazine, keep the firearm in a safe direction, eject the round. A lot of ranges will have what they call a dud barrel. Take that round, drop it in there.
Oh, okay. I think it was.
We got a few.
Good deal. Good deal. Appreciate that.
Sure, no problem.